The most challenging role that I ever had, I would say the role wasn't challenging in itself, but the method by which I got the role was challenging. It was a dinner theater called Death Near Dead Man's Holler, and I got called in to take over for someone who had to step out, and it was 2 days before opening night. So I played Mrs. Peacock, and she's an old lady, and she had quite a few lines. I had to, she carried around a book that she would always wave in the air, and I spent the entire few hours before opening just cutting out lines and sticking them in that book, hoping that I could get them. And it just so happened that the playwright had to be in the audience for opening night and got to see, you know, that I didn't know as many lines as I should have known. It went on to be just fine, but that first weekend was really challenging, and I would say there's never been anything as challenging as that in my theater career.
The most challenging role slash show that I have been involved in would probably have to be Noises Off. I played the role of Dottie, and I got to talk in my Cockney, which, I mean, it was fun. It wasn't really challenging. It was more fun. May have been really bad, but it was fun. Probably just because of the timing of the show, how it's set up, and everyone has to work right together or else it's not going to work. Especially the Act 2 of the show. So that was probably my most challenging and fun.
The most challenging role or show that I've done, there's two of them. It was doing the role of Elizabeth Proctor in The Crucible, and also doing the role of Christina Linden in A Doll's House. And those were challenging. I mean, not only are those meaty roles with a lot of lines, but I was coming off from both of those shows. I was coming off of another show. When we did Crucible, I was coming off of Mamma Mia in Shreveport, and when we did A Doll's House, I was coming off of Annie in Shreveport. And with both of those, I only had 2 weeks of preparation and rehearsal time before we were showing. So time-wise, those were definitely the most stringent, and the ones I was like, oh please, let me have this. But thank God Kathy trusted me to get it done, and we got it done.
My favorite cast, oh gosh, that I've been a part of. I mean, I've enjoyed all shows. I mean, honestly, and the cast, it's always fun to, you know, of course, be with people that you know already, but it's also fun to meet new people. But I think one of the favorites was Drowsy Chaperone, just because we all worked so hard, and with the dancing and singing. And Hairspray was the same thing. We were all on sync, and just put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. And to see that come to fruition, that was great fun.
I've been in some awesome casts. I'll say at the Strauss, I think my favorite cast was probably Virginia Jones and the Curse of Nadal. It was a dinner theater, and it was directed by Wendy Wilson, and that in and of itself was fun. And then we had Maura O'Connor, one of my best friends on the earth, Ben McQuillan, we had CJ Gotro, Cassie Bernstein, Jacob Branson. I mean, honestly, this was just a wonderful, on the money cast. I had so much fun in this show. But working with people that you've worked with before, or that are just some of the best It is just so much fun. Whether the show ends up being fun for everybody else or not, I don't know, but it is always fun when I get to do a show with such great actors and actresses.
Favorite cast? Definitely Jekyll and Hyde when we did at the Rose Theater in like 2009-ish. It was my first show in the middle end-ish of college that I'd done in a while. I took a break while I was doing music, and getting to do that show, it was a reunion with a lot of old friends as well as meeting a lot of new friends. And I mean, every show develops like a family. Every single show really does create its own nuclear element, but Jekyll and Hyde is the one that's prevailed throughout all these years. I mean, I'm still pretty regularly in contact with almost the entire cast. We just developed a different level of friendship, and it was such a great show too on top of that. So definitely the cast of Jekyll and Hyde has been my favorite. And Sister Act would be next. Sister Act would definitely be next. They developed the same thing, so theater families are great.